He watches Viking shows, and then there's Game of Thrones and all that. I cannot watch it. All that. I hate it. I can hear all that while I'm brushing my teeth. It's gross. It's porn. It's porn. Look at all these precious couples here tonight, and these men that are darling with button-downs on that have come to see me. Thank y'all. Y'all are hoop-de-doo, though, people, right? Y'all are. Y'all play golf and tennis, you boys do? Yeah. My husband's very quiet, very introverted. He doesn't like to chat. And so, men only have so many words that they can use in a day. And he uses his up at work. And then comes home and has nothing to say to me and just gets in a big chair and stares into space. And I need people. I need to talk, Curtis. So I stand in the kitchen and just talk to myself. And then we go to get in the bed, and of course then he knows me. All of a sudden he knows me and tries to touch me. I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me, do we know each other? So you girls that have got young boys, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have to hand him over to another woman. And my boy said to me, Mom, she is my best friend. She's going to be my wife. I'm supposed to cling to her. That's biblical. And I thought, why did I show him the Bible? But there was no cussing. And I said, nobody's going to cuss in this house. And when I mean cuss, like the F word, F-A-R-T, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. And so I said, nobody's going to call anybody butt or stupid, all right? Not to mention nasty, terrible words, but I said, nobody's going to call anybody butt or stupid. They did exactly like I told them. Those first two would have never uttered a word. That third one came along. It started out with spell cussing. She'd come in a room and go, what the H? She calls my husband Chuck. His name is Chuck. She go, Chuck, you a-hole. And my husband just gets so tickled. And then she'd come in a room and go, what's up, mofos? They were out, I don't know what they were doing, fishing or rock climbing, doing something. They found a little baby beaver, and her mama had been killed or she'd been abandoned. Anyway, they brought her back to the dorm room. I happened to go visit that weekend, and I walk in, and my boy is holding a little beaver in his arms in a blanket, feeding her a kitten bottle. And I said, how do you even know what to feed her? And he said, I've called the Beaver hotline. We drove to Oxnard. I worked the first weekend in Oxnard, and they are darling people. I thought, who are these people? Who is out here living? Because there's big old houses with boats pulled up to them. I've never seen anything like that. I thought, who are these hoop-de-doo people? And I asked them, I go, what do people do here for a living? And they said, we farm. Well, I'm from farming people. I'm from farming people, and we grow alfalfa and corn and soy. And so I asked them, I go, what do y'all farm? And they said, strawberries and dope. We were in Alaska, and it was just me and my husband with his co-workers that my kids didn't go that year. And they said, we're going to go on a float trip in a little airplane to see the glaciers. So we all line up on where this little float plane is in the water, and this little crusty man comes up with a Marlboro Red hanging out of his mouth and says, how much do y'all weigh? And I can tell you right now, I lied through my teeth. And I'd say, think everybody else did. I think everybody lied. And I thought, this little man doesn't have a good count. This little man doesn't have a good count. We're all going to die up in this plane. He really does not believe in fancy cars. He doesn't think anybody needs a nice car. My children drive old, beat-up cars. And what he does for me, he'll buy me a car about a year old, pay cash for it, and then make me drive it the rest of my life. I finally had to put my foot down because I was driving a 2009 white Honda Pilot. And they're wonderful cars, but if you don't know what that model looks like, it looks like I was delivering Lay's potato chips. I never felt pretty in it. It had over 239,000 miles on it when lights started flashing in it saying, "Get out, Leanne, get out." One of my good friends said, "Leanne, I've got a gas fireplace in my master bedroom and I love that thing. But every time I turn it on, Sam thinks we're gonna do it." I can't even enjoy my own fireplace. And this is what's crazy. This Invisalign tray, if I don't have it in, if I'm soaking it in some Polident and I forget about it, my husband's like, but if I pop that Invisalign tray in, he's like, "Good night." Into the woods, because I didn't want another child to step in it or think it was a milk dud. He would not play sports for several years because of that trauma. And then ended up playing football and cross country and a bunch of stuff, and still he likes to mountain bike and hike and do scary things, but he likes to come, out west to do it. And he's a fly fisherman. Can y'all tell I'm in love with him? Okay. All right, about the sports. I played sports. I wanted them to play sports too. I know y'all are thinking, you sissy thing, you did not. But I played basketball. Thank you. I need that. It was the early 80s when I played, and I had really big hair. I used to hot roll my hair to play ball. We all did. Okay, and I'm from such a little bitty farming community, and it's 500 people in Middle Tennessee, and we didn't know what waterproof mascara was. So by the end of my games, I looked like, say if Tammy Wynette and Alice Cooper had a child together. I was a forward. Sometimes I had to be the center if Mary Dowling had to take her baby to the health department. My husband is very smart, does very well. We are sucking the life out of him. He is a nice-looking man, but he has a receding hairline, and he hates it. I think it's handsome, but he hates it. So I said, why don't I take you to my hairdresser, and we'll get her to buzz you one of those haircuts real close to your head, like Justin Timberlake. You know what I mean? Like real close to the head. Well, we did it, and we didn't know his head was pointed. And he said, I look like somebody, and I can't quite think of who it is. And I said, is it Bull on Night Court? He said, no, that's not who I was thinking about. And about 3 days later, he said, I know who it is. It's that lazy starfish Patrick on SpongeBob SquarePants. Let me tell y'all that I am a mama, and I have 3 children that I'm in love with, and I am now an empty nester. I have 2 in college and 1 married. And you think I'd look forward to being an empty nester. Some people go, woo. I don't feel woo. I miss them. My husband misses them.